is Mohammad Hassan Innovation Wala, and I am a student of Rehan School Lahore campus level 1 student batch 4 and I am belong from Lahore, Pakistan. So this is my short introduction. So hello Miles and hello everyone.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Glad to be back with the crew. I'm locked in and ready to see what this special topic is all about. What's on the menu for today?
Okay, first of all today's special topic is hmm, innovation in startups. How startup grow with innovation 2026.
Innovation in startups. Now we're talking. That's the real engine behind the big players. Want to start with the basics of how it works, or do you have some specific questions ready for the group?
Okay, so I have some basic question. Start with basic. First of all, my question is what is innovation in startups?
In the context of a startup, innovation isn't just about inventing some wild new gadget. It's basically about finding a smarter, more efficient way to deliver value to people. It could be a totally new product, but it's often just a better way of doing something that already exists, like how Uber didn't invent the car or the app. They just innovated the way we get a ride. It's essentially the unfair advantage that lets a small team compete with the giants. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is why innovation is important for startups.
It's basically a survival tool. Startups usually don't have the money or the people that the big corporations do, so they can't just outspend their competition. Innovation is how they level the playing field. It's what lets them move faster, solve a problem better, and actually get people to notice them in a crowded market. Without it, they're just another company doing the same thing as everyone else. And that's a quick way to fade out. Ready to keep it moving?
Okay.
I'm locked in. What's the next question on your list?
Okay, so next question is why sorry. Next question is how startups use innovation.
Startups basically use innovation to find a gap in the market that the big guys are too slow or too stubborn to fill. They usually start by spotting a real pain point for people and then building a lean solution that solves it way faster or cheaper. It's all about being agile, testing a simple version of the idea, seeing how people react, and then pivoting quickly based on that feedback. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is why is startup innovation process?
it's 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 more of a cycle than a straight line. It usually it starts with empathy, really digging into a problem people are actually facing. From there, they move to ideation, where they brainstorm a bunch of wild solutions. Then they build a prototype, which is just a rough version of the product, and finally they test it with real users. The key is that it doesn't end there. They take what they learn from the test and loop right back to the start to make it better. But it's basically a process of constant refining until the product actually clicks. Does that make sense to the group?
Yes.
Glad it does. What's the next move on your list? I'm
Okay,
ready.
so next yes. My next question is what is idea validation?
I'm here. An idea, especially for a startup, is basically just a hypothesis. It's a guess that there's a problem worth solving and a specific way to fix it that people will actually pay for. It's a starting spark, but it's not the product itself. The real value comes from taking that spark and testing it to see if it actually works in the real world. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is why is startup model?
A startup model is basically the blueprint for how the company's going to make money and survive. It's the logic behind the business, like who the target customer is, what the specific value you're providing, and how you actually turn that value into revenue. There, it's the difference between having a cool idea and actually having a business. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is how startups grow fast.
They usually do it by focusing on scalability. Instead of just growing slowly and steadily, they build something that can handle a massive jump in users without needing a massive jump in costs. It's often a mix of finding a product that people absolutely love, what we call product market fit, and then pouring fuel on the fire with aggressive marketing or viral growth loops. Basically, they find a way to make one customer bring in two more. Does that track for the audience?
Yes, and very good understanding of your answers.
I appreciate that. Just trying to keep it clear for everyone. So, ready to keep the momentum going? What's the next one on the list?
Okay, so next question is why is innovative mindset?
An innovative mindset is basically the mental gear you shift into when you stop seeing problems as walls and start seeing them as opportunities. It's about being curious, not afraid to fail, and always asking why or how can this be better. Instead of saying this is how it's always been done, someone with this mindset is thinking this is a huge opportunity to do it better. It's the difference between just managing a process and actually evolving it. Ready for the next one?
Okay, so we will move on our next question. So next question is what are key benefits?
The key benefits usually come down to three main things: speed, efficiency, and a competitive edge. For a startup, that means being able to outmaneuver the big guys by solving problems faster and more intuitively. It also means attracting better talent and investors because they want to be part of something that's actually moving the needle, not just coasting. Basically, it's the difference between being a footnote in your industry and being the one who rewrites the rules. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So my next question is what mistake beginner make? What mistakes beginner make?
The biggest trap is usually falling in love with the solution instead of the problem. Beginners often spend months building a perfect product in secret, only to launch it and realize nobody actually wants it. They focus on the features they think are cool rather than the friction the user is actually feeling. The real move is to launch something rough, get a bit of a bruising from real users, and fix it based on that. Ready to keep rolling?
Okay.
I'm locked in. What's the next one on the agenda?
Okay, so next question is hmm, how to generate startup idea.
It's all about looking for the friction. The best ideas usually aren't some lightning bolt of genius. They're just someone noticing a process that's genuinely annoying and saying there's got to be a better way. You can look at your own frustrations, listen to people complaining about their daily routines, or even look at a successful model in one industry and wonder if it would work in another. It's less about thinking of something new and more about thinking of something better. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next
I'm on it.
question is yes, next question is why is product innovation?
Product innovation is basically when you take the actual thing you're selling and make it significantly better, or create something that solves a problem in a way that's never been done before. It's not just about adding a fancy new feature, it's about fundamentally changing the value the customer gets. Like how the first iPhone didn't just add a better screen to a phone, it completely reimagined what a phone even was. Ready to keep it moving?
Okay.
I'm locked in. What's the next one on the list?
Okay, so next question is how to create unique products. How to create unique products.
It's all about the secret sauce, finding that one thing you do differently that nobody else is doing. You start by really obsessing over the user's pain points, then you layer in a unique perspective or a new technology to solve it. The real trick is combining two things that don't normally go together to create something that feels fresh. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is why is MVP minimum value product?
Actually, it's minimum viable product. It's basically the simplest, roughest version of your product that still solves the core problem. Instead of spending a year building every single feature, you build just enough to get it into people's hands and see if they actually use it. It's a way to test your hypothesis without wasting all your time and money. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is how to. I'm sorry. What is user focused design?
User focused design is basically just building for the person, not the product. It's a shift from asking what features can we add to asking what is the person actually trying to achieve and where are they getting stuck. It's about mapping out the entire experience to remove every bit of friction so the product feels intuitive, almost like it's reading the user's mind. Ready to hit the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is what tools help idea creation?
You've got a whole toolkit for this. For the brainstorming phase, things like Miro or Mural are great because they're basically giant digital whiteboards where you can map everything out. If you're into the more structured side, Notion or Trello are perfect for organizing those random sparks into actual plans. And honestly, sometimes the best tool is just a simple notebook and a pen to get the noise out of your head. But do you want me to dive into how to use one of those, or are we moving on?
Okay.
I'm locked in. What's the next move on the list?
Okay, so next question is what is business model innovation?
That's when you stop focusing on the product itself and start rethinking how you actually deliver and charge for that value. It's the difference between selling a software package for a one-time fee and moving to a subscription model where you're basically selling a service. It's not about changing what you make, but changing the way the business actually works to make it more accessible or more profitable. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is how to create strong model.
It's all about alignment. You want to make sure your value proposition know each other. If you're solving a high value problem but charging too little or targeting the wrong people, the model breaks. The real trick is to keep it lean and be ready to pivot based on what the data tells you, not what you hope is true. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is how to choose business model.
It's basically a process of matching your product's value to the right kind of customer behavior. You have to look at how your users naturally want to consume what you're offering. If it's something people need every day, a subscription makes sense. If it's a one time fix for a big problem, a flat fee is the way to go. The goal is to find the path of least resistance for the customer to say yes. Ready to keep it rolling?
Okay.
I'm locked in. What's the next one on the agenda?
Okay, so next question is what is subscription model?
A subscription model is basically when you charge customers a recurring fee, monthly or yearly, instead of a one time payment. It's the shift from owning a product to paying for access to a service. Think of it like moving from buying a CD to paying for Spotify. The big win for the business is predictable revenue, and for the user, it's usually a lower entry cost. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is what is revenue model? What is revenue model?
A revenue model is basically the blueprint for how your business actually makes money. It's the specific way you turn your value into cash, whether that's through direct sales, ads, subscriptions, or even a freemium setup where the basic version is free, but you charge for the power features. It's the how behind the profit. Ready to move on?
Okay.
I'm locked in. What's the next one on the list?
Okay, so next question is how startups design business models.
Startups usually start with a lean canvases. It's basically a one-page blueprint that forces them to map out the problem, the solution, the target customer, and how they'll actually make money, all in one view. Instead of writing a 50-page business plan that'll probably be wrong by next week, they use this to quickly test their assumptions and pivot if something isn't working. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is what is sorry. Next question is how innovation drives startup growth.
Innovation is basically the fuel that keeps a startup from becoming just another Me Too company. It's what allows a small team to outmaneuver a giant corporation by finding a faster, cheaper, or just way more intuitive way to solve a problem. When a startup innovates, they aren't just growing, they're creating their own space in the market where they're the only real option. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next
I'm locked
question
in.
is yes. Next question is what is growth hacking? What is growth hacking?
Growth hacking is basically the art of finding the fastest, cheapest way to scale a business. It's less about traditional marketing budgets and more about using clever, data driven shortcuts and product loops to get a massive amount of users quickly. Think of it like finding a glitch in the system to grow 10 times faster than anyone else. Ready to keep it moving?
Okay, good understanding of your answers and good explanation. I appreciate you.
I appreciate that. I'm just trying to keep it clear and useful for the group. You've been absolutely crushing this list today. We've hit a lot of ground. You want to keep the momentum going or we wind it down?
Okay, so we will move on our next question. Next question is how startups scale fast.
They usually do it by focusing on a single high leverage channel that actually works and then pouring everything into it. Instead of trying to be everywhere at once, they find where their core users are hanging out and double down on that. Then they build virality into the product itself. So every new user naturally brings in two more. It's all about creating a system where the growth happens automatically. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So
I'm
next
locked in.
question is how to increase customers.
Um, it mostly comes down to understanding exactly who your person is and giving them a reason to move now. Do you focus on solving a real pain point so well that the product sells itself? Then you use things like referrals or limited time offers to create some urgency. It's basically shifting from please buy this to you need this to solve your problem. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next
I'm on
question
it.
is what is network effect? What is network effect?
The network effect is basically when a product becomes more valuable as more people use it. Think of it like a phone. A phone is pretty useless if you're the only person who has one, but it's incredibly powerful when everyone else has one too. The more users join, the more value everyone gets, which creates this massive loop that makes it really hard for competitors to move in. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is how to retain users.
It's all about making the product a habit. You want to focus on the aha moment that first time a user realizes exactly why your product is useful and then keep delivering that value over and over. If you can make them feel like they're losing something by leaving, they'll stay. Ready to hit the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is how sorry, what is market experience?
You probably mean market experience or maybe market research, but in this context, it's basically the hands on knowledge you get from actually being in the game. It's the difference between reading a book about how to sell and actually talking to 100 customers and seeing why they're saying no. It's all about understanding the real unwritten rules of how your specific market actually behaves. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is how startups scale fast. How startups scale fast. Sorry, this is already repeat. I will repeat my different question. How technology supports startups.
I'm on it. Technology is basically the great equalizer for startups. It lets a tiny team operate with the power of a huge company by automating the boring stuff and using the cloud to scale instantly without needing $1 million server room. Plus, it gives them the data to know exactly what's working in real time so they can pivot before they waste all their cash. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next one is what is AI in startups?
I'm locked in. AI is basically a cheat code for startups. It lets them build features that used to take a whole team of engineers months to create, and it allows them to personalize the experience for every single user at a scale that was impossible before. Essentially, it turns a small startup into a powerhouse by automating intelligence. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is what is tech stack?
Tech is basically just any tool or system we built to solve a problem or make a task easier. It's not just computers and AI, but everything from a simple wheel to a smartphone. It's the bridge between having a problem and actually having a solution. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is how innovation attracts how innovation attracts industries.
I'm on it. Innovation is basically a magnet for industries because it promises two things: more money or less work. When someone finds a way to do things significantly better, faster, or cheaper, every other player in that industry has to pay attention or risk becoming obsolete. It's how you get the big players to take notice of a tiny startup. They're either looking to partner with the innovation or buy the company before it disrupts their entire business. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is how to raise funds. How to raise funds.
I'm locked in. It usually starts with a solid pitch deck that shows you found a real problem and have a way to solve it. Then you look for the right fit, whether that's bootstrapping it with your own savings, finding angel investors who are individuals with a bit of cash and a lot of experience, or going for venture capital if you're looking to scale massive and fast. It's basically about proving that if someone gives you a dollar today, you can turn it into 10 tomorrow. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is what inventories look for? What inventories look for?
You probably mean investors, right? Investors are basically looking for a combination of a great team, a massive market opportunity, and a proven concept, basically, some evidence that people actually want what you're building. They want to see that you have a plan to scale fast and that you're not just guessing, but using data to prove your point. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is
I'm on.
hmm, what is startup valuation?
I'm locked in. Startup valuation is basically the estimated worth of a company before it's even made a huge profit. Since most startups don't have years of financial data to look at, the valuation is usually a mix of potential and proof. It's a guess based on the size of the market, quality of the team, and how fast they're growing. Essentially, it's the price tag an investor puts on the business based on what they think it'll be worth in the future. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is what are
I'm all
startup
ears.
what are startup challenges?
I'm on it. The biggest one is usually just the valley of death, that gap between starting out and actually making enough money to keep the lights on. Then you've got the struggle of finding the right team that's actually as hungry as you are, and the constant battle of trying to find a product market fit so you aren't just building something nobody wants. Basically, a game of endurance. Ready for the next one?
Yes, ready for next one. So next
I'm
question
like,
is what is next question is how to manage risk.
I'm on it. Risk management in a startup is basically about not putting all your eggs in one basket. You start by diversifying your approach, testing multiple small ideas before betting everything on one big move. Then you focus on fail fast, which means setting up a system where you can realize something isn't working in a week rather than a year. It's all about making calculated bets based on data, not just gut feeling, so a mistake doesn't sink the whole ship. Ready for the next one?
Okay, so very good good understanding of your answers. So questions are complete. So thank you everyone for watching my AI session with Miles live on YouTube. So if you want to like this educational content and like this channel, so you can subscribe. If you want to like this educational content, so we will meet again in new session, new questions, new conversation, and new topics and new conversation with you, Miles. So thank you everyone. Allah Hafiz. Miles and Allah Hafiz everyone.
Another one in the books. You crushed that list. I'll be ready and waiting whenever you've got the next set of topics to dive into. Allah
Okay.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Peace out. Yo, what's up? I'm here if you've got something on your mind.